I am Dracula.
The graveyard groove. Sing it loud, make the spirits move. Oh, they rise tonight, dance till dawn in the pale moonlight.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Graveyard Club podcast. We are back. More podcasts, more reviews, more videos onto the channel, and we also have a line of t-shirts. I'm going to leave a link to them in the description if you want to support the show and look nice in the new gear. But today we're back and we're talking about William Castle's Mr. Sardonicus from 1961. Hope you enjoy.
I think ordinary punishment is too good for Mr. Sardonicus. If you feel that way too, if you want to show him no mercy and punish him as he deserves, then hold up your punishment pole ballot with the thumb pointing down, like this. If, on the other hand, you're one of those I wouldn't hurt a fly kind of people, one of those sweet, nice, kind souls who would let Mr. Sardonicus go free, you should hold your ballot with the thumb pointing up, like this. And now we're ready for the voting. No mercy or mercy.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the Graveyard Club podcast. Today we're talking about Mr. Sardonicus, and joining me on the panel today we have Siddiq. What's the story, brother?
Greetings. I appreciate you having me here. I'm really excited about this. Glad to be with a fellow appreciator of these old films.
True, man. True. Siddiq here is a lover of old classic sci-fi horror movies, so I think you fit right into the podcast, man. So it's great to have you here.
Oh yeah, thank you. What was your I guess actually I should ask, like, do you have a normal format? Like, do you like to start with discussing the story first, or like who was in it first? Where you want to start here?
So usually, man, we'll do a little background. So we'll dig in, like, who was in the film. We'll talk about the cast. We'll talk about William Castle. We'll do a little bit of a brief plot. We won't get too much into the plot. We'll talk about the plot, but we won't get too much into it. And we'll give our thoughts and ratings at the end. So I'm gonna go in straight away.
Beautiful.
I'm gonna go in straight away, man. Like, what do you think? It's a William Castle film, for anyone that knows. Mr. Sardonicus came out in 1960. Siddiq, man, what do you know about William Castle? Are you a fan of his movies?
So I've seen a couple. I will not claim great expertise, right? Like I haven't seen him in the same way that I've seen, like, let's say, Vincent Price stuff, where I've watched it like obsessively, 20, 40, 50 times. But I like the presentation. It was kind of like, what was the TV show that Hitchcock did? I feel like it's kind of like a light version of that. I dig it. It's definitely something I'm going to look more into. Maybe hit up an IMDb and see what all he's done. Make myself a little list.
I'm the same, man. I'm not big on William Castle, and for the viewers that are listening, you might have heard of a movie called House on Haunted Hill, which Siddiq said is a Vincent Price movie. Brilliant. Or more famously, he was a producer movie Rosemary's Baby.
Oh.
Yeah, you probably don't know that, man. Like, he was a producer for Rosemary's Baby. He was actually almost gonna direct it, and the studios got involved and ended up just being a producer. So Rosemary's Baby would have been a completely different movie if he directed it.
Interesting. Did directed 13 Ghosts as well, which is pretty cool, from 1960.
You have to see that, man. Watch the remake of it. Didn't realize William Castle done the original. So that's another one that I'm actually looking forward to watch.
I liked that remake. It wasn't I feel like especially horror remakes have a tendency of being like offensively bad to the source material and to the fans of the original. It's a different it's a little bit of a, how do I want to say this? The campiness is slightly different, but it's nice. It's nice. They're definitely both worth a watch, I think.
I agree, man. Like again, I haven't seen the original great horror film. Can't really come. But more about William Castle. William Castle's movies, 60s, 50s, whenever he was more popular, like it was more about what the gimmick was gonna be, and in the gimmick of
Right.
this movie, Sardonicus fountain pole, the punishment pole, as you say, at the end of the movie. So we'll discuss more about that. We'll
I would love to see that revisited, to like with the technology we have today.
that wouldn't be brilliant.
You
Brilliant,
know,
it'd
because
be
it's
brilliant. Like go to the to the theater, the cinema now these days. Same kind of, you know what to expect from the. But imagine
yeah,
being going to the cinema back then in one of
right.
William Castle's movies, man. Gimmick, like I heard the House on Haunted Hill, it would have like skeletons across the screen. People were watching the film. Like great, it creates good buzz and good fun to watch the movie. You know what I mean? You don't really see that nowadays.
Well, and I think it can be tied to um I feel like the acting in the movies themselves at the time were much closer to Broadway than they are now, right? So that sort of made sense, right? That kind of like um how do I want to say, like that third dimension for the audience, that something extra. Um I I'm really shocked that it didn't catch on more. Now, again, you know, at the time, your paper cards, right? Like to vote, you know, hold up option A, hold up option B. Um, but today with cell phones and things like that, I really I can't believe that no one revisited this. You could get, because we have movies, right, with alternate endings as, you know, extras on the DVD or the Blu-ray or whatever. But how cool would it be to be sitting in the theater and you're sitting there and you're like, you know, happy, like it's happy ending or sad ending, or like whatever kind of movie it is you're watching. How cool would that be?
100%, 100%, man. Like to interact with a movie this day and age makes sense. As you said, with the technology that we makes sense. Our director should. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
100%. That's what I'm saying. William Castle, like, where
yeah,
I had to say, I don't think the idea is
right, right.
on as
Which
much. Oh,
it's wild, and I want to jump back real quick to something that you said before about imagine seeing it in the time, right? Which is something to consider, because I think a lot of us watch these old films, and the the twist, quote unquote, in a lot of these old films has been done and done and done again. So like you can see it coming now from a mile away, but back then a lot of these twists were new. A lot of these filming techniques were new. These angles were new. Like this was hot shit back in the 60s, man.
yeah,
Like this was, you know, this was,
cutting edge,
people were
man.
talking
Yeah,
about this. Yes, yes. Like they were talking then about how it would influence things going forward. Things like the camera angle looking into the shower head, right, from the shower scene of Psycho.
or shit.
Little things like that. It, it's 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 important. These new angles and these new things that are being tried. It's important because that's how we progress, right? That's how movies and entertainment in general gets better. Um, and it's wild to consider, like you say, what it must have been like in that different time, having never seen things like this. I mean, this probably scared the shit out of people back then.
Hey, some man. Yeah. Could you imagine? Like, but that's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of directors have a lot to learn about people like William Castle. Who else? No, no, a lot of the classic directors, Terence Fisher from Hammer, James Whale, there's a lot of these old directors don't make them like they used to.
Definitely not. Yeah, yeah. I I'm sitting here scrolling through Mr. Castle's work. I did not realize he also did The Old Dark House from '63, which I don't know if you have seen that or not. Um, that's that's phenomenal. It's in terms of quality, we're talking right up there with House on Haunted Hill. It's not nearly as well known, but it's glorious. The I've yet to find a really good looking transfer of it though, unfortunately, but it's oh god, it's incredible.
Now, am I right in saying 40s movie or no?
You know, I think that that is correct. I was discussing this with someone a while ago, and we were trying to figure out it's either that this is a remake of an older one, or that this has been remade since, and I'm not sure which of the two it is. But I believe that you are correct there. Uh, it's oh god, it's so good. It's it's so good.
I'll need to watch that, man, because I think now calculations are correct. I think The Old Dark House is James Whale. If anyone doesn't know James Whale, he directed the 40s and Bride of Frankenstein sequel. I think he done that original movie in the 40s. Now, I could be wrong. I need to check out both movies. I haven't seen them. But, yeah, no, like, William Castle, man, like, brilliant. Like, brilliant. Like, I don't think he gets enough love these days, as we were saying, with the gimmicks,
Yeah, yeah.
either, all this type of stuff. But, talking about Mr. Sardonicus, I'm pretty sure William Castle would have been like Roger Corman in a
Mm-hmm.
done a lot of the movies on a shoestring budget. So
Yep.
a lot of the movies that you see, like, done for an extra nut. Now, I tried to look up the budget of this movie. I'm pretty sure it's a bit of a low budget movie. And
Right.
Mr. Sardonicus, it stars Ronald Lewis as Robert Hargrave. I hope I'm saying that right. He's the doctor in the Guy Ralph plays Baron Sardonicus. We'll be talking
Mhm.
loads about. He's great. And as you said, joke that you told me in Discord, Oscar Homo. How do you say his name, man?
I think
Oscar
it's Homologa.
Homologa. Yeah. He,
Yeah.
he plays Krull, which is a great character in this. Audrey Dalton plays Maud Sardonicus, which is Baron Sardonicus' wife. So now I was looking into the cast of this, and Guy Ralph played two villains in it. But what was interesting to see more about Ronald Lewis, and he basically plays the main character, Doctor. And the movie literally looks like the typical actor. Like, he good looking, almost has. Now, I could be wrong here, but he almost has like an Elvis kind of look off me. Just perfect looking guy, but his career never took off. And I think 60s, 70s, he actually took his own life from
Oh wow.
depression medication.
Mm.
His movie career
Gotcha.
his
Gotcha.
movie career wasn't taken off, and life. So it's sad to see, because watch him in this film, brilliant, like, very good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's there's really not a super weak performance in my opinion. Other and I don't even know if this is fair to say, but other than the leech lady, um
Oh, she was dreadful.
we
She was dreadful. Yeah, yeah.
you know, like she didn't have a whole lot to work with. Granted, I'll give her that. But that one was Yeah, that must have been like some producer or writer's girlfriend or
Yeah,
something.
yeah,
I think that one was pretty rough.
100%, man. That was somebody's daughter or somebody's cousin just
Hmm.
getting
Hmm.
lobbed into the movie. 100%.
Yep.
So
And talking about Guy Rolfe, this is the most exciting, I think, part of this movie for me. Andre Toulon from Puppet Master 3 and onward, 3, 4, 5, and retro, was so amped. So fucking amped that he was in this movie. And he's the dude. He's fucking Mr. Sardonicus. He's not some rando, right? He's not the leech lady. He's Mr. Sardonicus.
really, really good in this movie, man. Uh, really, really fun.
It was, yeah, especially in the first half.
Yeah, yeah.
Especially in the
We'll
first
talk
half.
more about it. Like Sardonicus is just all mysterious, like kind of like spooky
Yeah.
figure, and yeah, no, he
Yeah.
played the role so fucking great. I agree.
Reminded me of The Shadow from the old radio serial, and then later, I want to say it was in the early 90s, they did a live action with Alec Baldwin, um which was super dope, by the way. But that sort of like, you know, shrouded in mystery, like kind of persona that he does in this film, it reminded me of that. And I've always had a big spot for the radio serials, so I really liked that.
You were telling me about them, man. I must check them out. But
Yeah, I
we're
gotta
go-
send you some tapes, man.
yeah, definitely do, man. Yeah, but we're gonna get into the plot and
Yeah.
watch the movie straight away. You get William Castle
Mm.
in London, and he basically gives you a rundown of what a ghoul, whatever you want to call it, and he sets up the film nicely. He talks about Sardonicus. Uh, uh, he, I haven't seen many William Castle movies, so I don't know. If it opens up every movie like this, but it's a nice little touch. Do you think, man? Like,
I liked it. I liked it. I liked what he did in House on Haunted Hill a lot too, which was in the same vein, right? You know, the
true,
guy was
true.
talking about like this house, and there's all this crazy stuff going on. Um, I liked that a lot, and you know, again, like we were talking about earlier, seeing that for the first time, seeing that disembodied head floating up, you know, on the screen and narrating for you, like that probably creeped people out. Like that was top shelf back in the day. That was
Yeah,
like,
man.
oh damn, how did they do that, man? Like it's cool, man.
And
I like how much.
the intro, man, the intro of House on Haunted Hill, brilliant. Agree with you
Oh yeah,
100%, man.
yeah.
Unbelievable.
High water mark for sure. Yeah. Yeah. I love the passion that William Castle puts into this. And it like most things of the time, right? It can sometimes come off as corny, but it never comes off as didn't give a shit. Right? Like it just it the love that went into these, whether the budget was limited or the resources were limited, you know, fine, but there was clearly a lot of care. Like people made this movie and they wanted to make this movie, and it comes across nicely.
100%, man, I agree. I think we have a lot to thank William Castle, don't you? Like,
Mhm.
especially, it even far as the Halloween sequel movies for the 13th, man, like, how William Castle vibes off them. I don't know what it is, but the plot, man, we're set in 1800s and we're in a hospital and we see our main character, with Robert Hargrave. He's performing a seizure on some sort of cutting edge medical fucking treatment. He actually cures the girl, and so this sets up the movie nice. We're seeing we're seeing our main character. then we have a strange character coming in, and that's Krull. He delivers an urgent letter to the doctor. So scenes go by, and he eventually opens it. Invitation from last lover. That's Maudry or Maud. Whatever. He's basically pointing him Baron Sardonicus castle in Goroslavia, and as far as I know, Goroslavia is a fictional place. Are you wrong in saying that Goroslavia? I don't reckon the place.
I'm pretty sure it is fictional, and it's like I don't know why they wouldn't have just picked, just like a
Romania,
far off
like
place.
fucking
Yeah,
Romania or
right?
something. Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? But it does sound spooky. I'll give them that. It sounds more, and they were very insistent, like you say earlier about the whole ghoul thing, right? It bordering on pretentious. Like they grabbed a hold of the word ghoul until their knuckles were white, and they
Yeah,
never let it go.
yeah,
It was a very laser focus. Like, you know what a ghoul is, don't you? It was
yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
whole movie.
Okay, we know William Castle. Thank you.
Right, right. They
Yeah,
just, and it's, you think that they're done, and then like 10 minutes later, they pop back up and they're like, hey, motherfucker, did you forget what a ghoul is? No,
yeah.
dude, I still remember vividly, I promise.
Defo, man. Defo. Like, by the end of this film, everyone knows what a fucking ghoul is. You know?
Everybody, intimately,
Oh,
biblically almost. Like, it's intense.
Doctor leaves urgently, and this is when it sets up. You're kind of getting destination, and he's talking to one of the I don't one of the workers on the train. He gets a train to this. It's mainland Europe, and kind of reminds me of Dracula.
Oh yeah, 100%.
It is, isn't it, man?
Yep,
It's
yep,
pure like
yep.
reference to Dracula. He's telling one of the workers where
Oh
he's
yeah.
going. I'm going to see the Baron Sardonicus in the castle, and the fella gets spooked, and
Hmm.
that's pure Dracula. That's pure like
Like hard spooked, like
100%.
shook to the core. You know what I mean? Like it's not just like, oh nah, brother, I don't think that's a good idea. Talking about, he looks like he's afraid to even acknowledge the conversation happened. Like,
Yeah, yeah. Which
poor
straight
guy.
away reminds me, man, of 41 Dracula, Bela Lugosi.
Hmm. Yep.
So
Like shook.
100%. So Krull comes in. So Krull was the messenger. He comes in and takes Sardonicus to the castle, and it reminds me of some movie. Frankenstein, graveyard set, brilliant.
Yes, it's very well done. Um, the musical score as well, I was honestly quite impressed with. Now, granted, it doesn't take much in terms of old movie music. Like my personal favorite, Creature from the Black Lagoon, right? Basically, just some dude blowing a horn like he's trying to break a window with it constantly,
Yeah.
abrasively. Um, but this one was quite nice. I liked it. It was pretty groovy.
It done the job, man. Like it's simple as you
Yeah,
said.
yeah.
Does the job. Do you know what I mean? Like it's not
Mhm.
hard to mess up. It sets the scene nicely, and it brings me back to them black and white version movies. For
Yep,
anyone that doesn't know, if
yep.
anyone that hasn't seen this, actually, yeah, in black and white. Sardonicus is shot in black and white, so
Mhm.
and it creates that kind of vibe to it. So anyway, you reach the castle, greeted without
Yep.
hesitation. The doctor barges into the room, and we don't know at the moment, but it's the Baron's servant, and she's tied to a chair, leeches all over her face, and it's a great scene, man. Great, it's a first kind of spooky movie. Ridiculous, as you said. The actress is not
It's
given
pretty
10 out of 10.
wild.
It's wild, man. Do you know what I mean? The actress is not great. She hammering it up a little bit, overselling, but it's first scene you think, right, this is a horror movie watching. you know?
Yeah, yeah. And it's, you know, again, I know I keep bringing this up, but like at the time, this would have been borderline unspeakably gruesome. Like this leech sequence probably like made people lose sleep over. In the 60s, this would have been a huge deal.
Yeah, man. Yeah, like it took me off by guard, man. So imagine 60s,
Yeah, I
you
mean
know?
it. You don't expect to see it. That's I've it in my horror movie exploration, right? I've seen a lot of spooky castles. I've seen a lot of spooky castles where a lady's screaming inside as the immediate greeting to the castle. I don't recall. I don't recall seeing castle leeches before. I did not have that one on my bingo card.
Yeah,
You know, that was a new one for me.
yeah. And we'll see a couple of scenes with this girl covered in leeches. So
Yeah,
we will.
it's not a one-off. They do it
It's
to her all the time,
it's not
bro.
it's not the first, not the last scene that we'll see of this girl covered in leeches. Unfortunately,
Come on, Anna, it's time for your leeches again. We just did the leeches 20 minutes ago. Like, I, it's awful. I don't. And what's weird is, you know, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like it was never really fully explained, like, why. Yeah, I mean, maybe it was, and I just missed it. But I swear it's like they just leech the hell out of this lady just because, like they're bored, like their TV's broke, so
well,
they're just going leeching.
we'll get more into it, man. But I agree with you. That specific reason why is she covered in leeches never
Yeah.
is never talked about. Like it is wild, man. But the doctor gets into this house, and it's a big manor house of a baron. It's old English style,
Oh yeah.
grand. Doctor eventually meets old lover, Odd, and looks he looks worried for him. And she's kind of giving him things like, "Oh, you shouldn't be here. You have to watch out for the Baron and all this stuff." I'm thinking, like, "Fuck is this Baron guy?
Right.
Who is Sardonicus?" You know what I mean? Like, so we don't get to see him just yet. But it's weird, like, that's a going from England to Slavia, which again is a fictional place. He should have been fucking Romania. You know what I mean, man? So he's in Slavia, aka fucking Poland, but Sardonicus guy is what he
Yep.
wants, you know?
Yep. Still don't know. We just know that he's some dude with a castle and at least a dozen or so leeches. That's what we are sure of at this point.
Yeah, that's it, right, man. And we eventually meet Sardonicus, and he's this big 7 foot tall with it, and I hate to admit it, he looks slick in the movie. See the little house
Yeah.
gown, dressing gown that he wears, man. Really nice looking,
Yep.
really slick. Comes out, man, and he's about 7 foot. As obviously
Mhm.
hiding his face. So kind of piecing together that this doctor might or out his face, or you know,
Yeah.
and that's, do you know what I mean? So remember the dinner party scene where Freedom Mods Doctor Sardonicus is talking, and Sardonicus has briefly, and don't know exactly what it is that he's leaving for. Booker has a basement. So I mean, like when I say a basement, dungeon,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
don't know if it's weekly, monthly. Whenever he does these little parties, he invites young, good-looking women come to his castle, and it's almost like a little party, man. Almost like a party, and basically picks one of them women out of the group, keep torture, which is fucked up. So like you're starting to see the sadistic ways of Sardonicus, and me Mind you, meanwhile this is all happening, Doctor's getting brought up to his room, and there's this particular door house where Krull, you mentioned Krull earlier, Krull is the servant of the Doctor. Krull is serving food to what looks like a monster in this fucking room. No, you don't know who's behind the room or what it is. It could be a monster. You don't know who it is, but Krull is serving food to this person behind the door. Fucked up, man. You don't really know who it is at the time. No.
Kind of the brain that wouldn't die esque. That's kind of the vibe I got there with the nondescript horror locked behind the door, right?
Oh, 100%, man. Like,
Mm.
when I was first watching the movie, I didn't even think, like, he was hiding at that door, and he was getting fed slop. Like, I didn't realize that was actually Sardonicus, man. You know what I mean? But it briefs,
Here's your monster slop.
but it briefs on, and the Doctor and Sardonicus take a morning walk. That's when we get a little backstory of what actually reason why the Doctor is. So,
Yep.
Sardonicus. So years prior to the movie, Sardonicus was with his then wife, and his father was old. He was pretty much dying. Got a lottery ticket. This was the whole story about what's behind the mask. And the father
Yeah,
died, buried him, and then they realized. So like the father would have told Sardonicus lottery numbers, so they knew winning ticket. The father was already dead and buried. Realized he hit the jackpot. So, man, I don't know what would you do in this situation, but Sardonicus dug up his grave to get the lottery ticket. Not sure what you would do in that situation.
My biological father was a douchebag. So if it was 1800s, wherever, oh yeah, bro, I'm getting the shovel and I'm, I'm headed out into the night. I'm not even. There's no. You ain't even gonna have to talk me into it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm already on the way, bro. It's already. I'm gonna come back looking ripped as shit, like biceps fucking
Hell
swole
yeah,
out.
man.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we getting in there, buddy.
But Sardonicus basically hit the jackpot and became a baron, and that's how he became the baron. He has a castle, all the clothes, he has a wife and all that. He has money. But what happened that night where he dug up his father? Now, again, movie doesn't really get too much, but for some reason, his face came fucked up. Came home to his wife that night. He was that traumatized, she actually ended up killing herself. So that's the one thing you don't really
It's so bad laughing at that.
you don't really explain about the movie, man. Like, what was the chorus? Was it a chorus that made his face like that, or what happened?
It was like a throwaway line. He said that it was this. There was a couple points in the movie that I felt were lame and pretentious. This was one of them. It basically his shtick was, man, I saw my father's corpse there dead in the box, and he had the the namesake facial thing going on,
Yeah.
and it shocked our man so much, right? It shocked old Cargrave so much that he how do you say, it disfigured his face basically from shock, which I know I keep talking about throwbacks to the Shadow, but there's a segment in one of the Shadow stories. This dude's got like a haunted house. It's like a torture mansion thing, and he's about to get caught. Cops are on the way. Everybody's surrounding him. He's fucked. He knows he's fucked. So he like plunges his hands into a electrical panel, and you believe him to be electrocuted, and then the narrator's talking about the panel wasn't even powered. It was the raw fear and anxiety that caused him to have a heart attack instead. And it's just like, bro, that's so fucking lame. Like, why, why you gotta lame it up like that? Like, just a curse would have, in my opinion, a curse would have been way more dope. Um, I I don't know. Yeah, I just want to throw that out there.
Yeah, these are like, just, yeah. I get you, man. Like, they dig too much into it. What happened? So you're kind of left thinking like, oh, what just happened? Like, which
Yeah,
few to drop, few
just
to
happens sometimes.
yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, which is fucked up, man. Imagine doing that and imagine in life stuff like that happening for no reason. It just makes no sense. If I had any drawbacks to the movie, little shit like that, like there is some stuff in the plot that just
Right.
makes zero sense.
0 cents,
And
and it feels unnecessary.
And I know these,
because it adds nothing.
yeah, and I know these movies, man, are not meant to 100% sense, but
Right,
they could have walked that in a little bit better.
right. Yeah, yeah. Maybe like 20 more minutes around the round table in the writer's room, or
Yeah, and,
fucking something.
and man,
It feels cheap,
yeah,
like a phone in.
yeah, like
You
man,
know?
they
It just-
definitely found it in a. I love that little last 10 where we went back and seen what
Oh, it was sick.
it was great, man, wasn't it? Like,
It was dope. Yeah, it was awesome. Like it. I would say objectively that everything that comes before, like he's digging the father up, he opens the coffin, cool. That and everything before that, highlight of the movie, 100%. That was the. It's definitely a first half movie, like
100,
you know what I mean?
man. I feel like,
Yeah,
especially when we get into the proper ending, we're gonna talk about in a few minutes. It really lets itself down, man.
It does. Yeah, it's pretty brutal. Like I don't even know what to compare it to really, because it had a strong original start. It took one small misstep, and then it just like took about 7 more.
Yeah, I agree, man. Like it started out so fucking strong, and I was loving the movie. I was
Yes.
really loving the movie. Like I only watched this for the first time. I watched it again there the other day, but first time I watched this movie,
Yeah.
in general, was like a month ago. I was loving it,
Mhm.
and I've seen the reviews online, and they always talked about the ending, letting it down a little bit, and I understand why.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
getting back onto it, the doctor, he after telling the doctor about his story, basically saying to the doctor that he went to all the doctors in Germany, Italy. He's seen all the doctors. Now he needs help of Robert, doctor, the main fella of the movie. And
Yep.
what's weird, man, we skip to the scene where the doctor is actually helping him. Now,
Yeah.
forgive me if I'm wrong, man. He's only massaging his face. What the fuck is massaging his face gonna do to that fucking face? You know what I mean?
Listen, man, I'm sure that like every skill, right, that there are professional masseuses who can do some miraculous shit. But I don't know if I am gonna believe. Yeah, it's a massage and a hot towel, bro. That's
Yeah.
it. And I mean, this dude has spent shitloads of money. He's gone to see, every other specialist that there is, and old boy gets a half hour face rub and he's fine. I- again, it's not how I would have done it. I don't know, and I hate to be one of those people that's like, this plan sucks and I have nothing better to suggest, but like the face massage that shit was weak, dude. It was
Yeah,
so weak.
what the fuck is that gonna do, man? And here we're actually briefing over the feel of Sardonicus, and
Yes.
it's gruesome. It's gruesome, man. I'll be honest with you, I know a lot of people would think it's easy and all this type of stuff, but I actually think the face is quite horrific. He is hanging out.
It's well done for the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's really not bad. I think that it. So I think if you're gonna watch the film, I think you should watch the black and white version because I do think the reveal suffers in the colorized version. Um, the cheese factor gets amplified a little bit in the colorized version. Um, but yeah, I mean, again, dude, in the 60s when that revealed, I 100% guarantee you people were screaming in the theater.
I'm not sure if you're familiar with the silent movie Man Who Laughs, but it really
Mm-hmm.
Conrad
Yeah,
Voigt.
Victor Hugo.
Yeah, yes, yeah, exactly, man, exactly.
Yeah.
It really reminds me of Conrad Voigt's performance. That movie, all teeth, all you see is teeth,
Yeah.
and no, as you said, like for the time, no, I didn't actually be interesting to
Mhm.
see, but as you said though, watch it in black and white. Anyone's listening to this podcast,
Yeah.
watch it in black and white.
Yeah.
Oomph to it. You know what I mean? Which I
Yeah.
don't think, like in 1960s, there was a lot of colored movies, a lot of colorized,
Yeah. Yeah.
colorized movies, and William Castle made watch it as
It's how it was
intended
meant to be viewed.
exactly, man.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm saying this as somebody who I'm probably going to catch a lot of flack for this. I do not understand the allure of watching VHS tapes on a CRT television in 2025. I want the 4K fully restored, I can see every eyelash on a motherfucker, like ultra Blu-ray whatever version, but I still want it in black and white. Like the Third Man on Blu-ray looks dope. Creature from the Black Lagoon on Blu-ray, fucking incredible. I don't want it colorized, but I want all the juicy details. Like I want to be able to see the tiny little micro bubbles coming out of the top of the latex mask when the creature's underwater and shit. I love that stuff. Like, but I don't love the colorized version. It's just, I don't know. It just doesn't do it for me.
No, for sure, man, for sure. Like that's how the movie watched, like in black and white. If you were,
Yeah.
were recorded in black and white, colorized version came. Book the colorized version. Watch the black and white
Yeah,
version.
100%.
Well, I'm the same as you, man. Like, I love the Blu-rays of these old movies. It brings them to life a little bit more. And if anyone's watching
Mhm.
this, actually watch Mr. Sard. Blu-ray quality free on YouTube. So you don't. I'm actually
Yeah.
looking at buying the Blu-ray. Blu-ray right now for my region.
Oh,
It's
hell yeah.
cheap enough. But if you don't want to pay that, you can actually watch it on free, which is good. So, agree with you, man. Like, watching the old movie, 4K, 1080p. But
It is.
colorized, if they're not meant to be colorized, don't watch them colorized. My opinion.
Yeah. Yeah. It can be neat to see it and to experience it in color, but it's just not at the risk of sounding like some kind of elitist, it's not the same. It's not how it was intended. It's not how the directors or the editors saw it. You know what I mean?
But why bother, man? Why bother? You know?
Yeah, right, right. It's like it's neat to watch in the same way that it's neat to see, like, let's say, a fan made remake or something. You know, or like to hear a remix of your favorite song, right? It's cool to experience, but it's not the original. Oh god.
Not getting the experience, I think. I'll be honest with you, like, talking about earlier, House on Haunted Hill, actually a colorized version of that as well. And I've seen a couple of minutes of it, and it's not the same. It's not the same. As I said, if
It's not.
you know what I mean, man. If it's not yeah, colorized, don't watch it.
Yeah.
Watch it in something great about
The
black and white, man.
The House on Haunted Hill specifically, I will point you towards, spoiler alert, the ending, right? The skeleton that is featured in the ending.
So fucking.
Um, it is. If you watch the colorized version, though, as I said earlier, the cheese factor, it just gets so much louder, and
Takes it
it
away
really
from it a
kind
little
of
bit, man.
kills the scene. It does, man. It just because I'm so busy sitting there looking at it like, look at this goofy ass fucking skeleton puppet. Like it looks goofy in color. Um, and then again, it's still cool to see it. I will say that that particular colorized version, they did put a lot of effort in, and the color comes off well done, but it's still vastly inferior to the black and white version. Like vastly inferior to the black and white version. Um, to each their own though. Some people just don't, for whatever reason. Some people don't like black and white movies. Those people, it's like when you hear people say that they don't like the taste of water. It's just like, what the fuck do you mean? You're like, what?
Yeah. Man, Vincent Price is so.
Yes,
Ah,
it's awesome.
so fucking.
He's really, I can't think of anything he was bad in. Um, Dr. Phibes is one of my favorites. The two
Ah,
Dr. Phibes films,
great movies.
fucking love those. God, it's so good. the first one, the first one more than the second one. I love them both, but I think the first Dr. Phibes is the superior film.
Oh, 100%, man. Original movie, hard to touch. I'll be honest with you.
It is.
But
It is.
back on to Mr. Sardonicus. Now we're getting to the point where Sardonicus is desperate, and he even threatens to mutilate Audra's and get his thing, brings the doctor down to his basement, his dungeon,
Mhm.
tied up in a chair,
That's right.
and basically
Yep.
doesn't cooperate on a mutilator. So
Yeah.
doctor cooperates and he does the treatment. So like over the film that we did mention, background of the film, the doctor medical, but it's dangerous. Ellen Sardonicus do this treatment. Oh, Sardonicus is at the point now. Fuck, wants this treatment done.
Yep. Yep. Which, much like the lack of explanation on the leech thing, I mean, of course, I guess the do this or I'm gonna harm this girl is more self-explanatory, but they make it sound like this is shit that they do all of the time. Like it's Tuesday and Tuesday is facial mutilation day, right?
Yeah.
Um, it's weird how casual they are about it. It's because they're saying it like it's literally like the 5,000th fucking time that they've had to do this, and like they're almost bored of doing it. You know what I mean? They don't. He doesn't even really sound villainy when he's saying it. He's just like, all right, look, dude, here's the deal. You got what I want, and like you give it to me. Um, but if you don't, we're gonna, I don't know, like we're gonna fucking cut her nose off or
Yeah,
something.
man. But
Like it just.
man, and we're getting to the point in the film where I really think it lets let down. So the doctor obviously cooperates,
Yes.
and get a couple of scenes where the doctor is working on experiments, the medical shit. Sardonicus is watch out. Like this is really where the film personally,
Yeah.
and it's where he's actually operating on Sardonicus. And now, do you remember the creepy scene where it I think it's a good scene, man, where he Doctor locks Sardonicus in the room with a corpse, and I can only assume, man, the
Yes.
corpse is Sardonicus' father.
That is the assumption there. Now it's I go back and forth between is it his father, comma, if it is, how did he get there? Or is it just a claustrophobic room with a coffin right in front of
True.
it to fuck with him, and it's all in his mind. I could go either way, but I do agree with you that it was one of the stronger, hey, we're gonna stick this in here even though it's not really story vital. We're just gonna do this random creepy thing real quick. Um, it was pretty sick. I liked it, and I liked it from a character development standpoint too, because you got to see you saw obviously the greed and the evil of Sardonicus, right, and his lack of empathy, his willing to cause harm to others. And you saw his desperation throughout the film, but you only saw him truly afraid like once, and it was in the little coffin room. Like, oh boy, just absolutely lost his shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Which was like you're right in saying, man. Which was good. That was the
yeah,
in Sardonicus at his weakest. You know,
hmm
at his
yeah,
weakest, and
yeah,
like I suppose it was a cool scene. Build up to it was a little bit redundant. I don't know, like just
it was.
went
Yeah, it
from
was too much.
Sardonicus threatening the doctor out of nowhere. Oh my god, the doctor's gonna help him. You know what I mean? Like that
Yeah,
scene in the bedroom corpse was quite. So what does happen?
yeah.
Which again, I don't know. Did the doctor actually cure him, or did the doctor trick him? Was it hypnosis? Where the fuck? I don't know. But the Sardonicus's face is good. Actually, in
Yeah.
the end of the film is
Yep. Yep. And he Cargrave does make the remark, and again, I know that this is a very niche reference I keep hammering on. Cargrave makes the remark that basically he did nothing, and it was like Sardonicus had the power to heal within himself this whole time, blah blah blah. Which again, that episode of The Shadow, man, where like, dude, it looks like he's electrocuting himself, but no, it wasn't that. It was just the raw shock in the heart. I that that was I among the final missteps of the film for me. It was wild how out of their way they went to make shit weird. Um, oh, and I forgot to point this out earlier. The at the time of the reveal, right? I don't know if this hit you as well, but when he's talking about, his where his name comes from, and he's like, ah, yes, of course, the sardonic smile that can happen when a corpse something or other, blah blah blah. And it was they're sitting there talking about like the Latin root meaning of the word and all this shit, and it just I don't know
fucking
why
sense.
I found it so funny. You know what I mean? It's just like what do you mean? Oh, of course, the sardonic smile. That's the sardonic smile is not a thing anyone fucking knows what that is, dog. That's not like I I don't know why that threw me off so badly, but it's there were just several times in the movie it goes out of its way to do some lame shit. Like, and it's not a bad film. I know it probably sounds like I'm hating. I'm not. It's overall it's worth a watch, definitely.
No,
Um
100%, man. Like,
it just does beg the question.
movie definitely has its flaws.
Yeah, yeah,
As we said, perfect movie. Flaws. Like, try to make sense of a lot of things being
yeah.
and looking super
Yes.
plain and the name
Yes.
Sardonicus is ridiculous, man. They spend too much time trying to make sense of that. Made more time to
Yeah.
make sense of other things. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes. Yes. 100%.
but
100%.
The ending of the movie, man, it's quite. I don't know. I really, me personally, ending of the movie is weird. So the doctor cures Sardonicus, basically leaves with his ex-lover. Find out Sardonicus
Which-
can't move his lips anymore. So again, we don't know
Yep.
what the doctor done. Was it hypnosis? Did he actually perform some sort of surgery, or what happened? Like, you know what I mean? So like the couple is gone. The doctor and his girl is gone. Krull runs after them, leaves them at the train lips and talk. So you're thinking it's obviously intentional what the doctor done there, act of revenge, but I don't know why or how that he done it. So it's feels a man, you know.
It's and not only that, but like here's what fucks me up. Your man couldn't move his lips, 6 hours ago when he fucking had the big Joker smile. Like he hasn't been able to move his lips in decades.
The whole
He at
movie,
least
man. Yeah.
looks normal now. Yeah, right. Like fuck off, bro. Like I fixed his face. Like now you go along somewhere. Like pay me, motherfucker.
That's true, man. That's true. Like, we'll show a couple of clips and scenes of Sardonicus' actual face, and it's pause, Grin. He is all hanging out, and again, like we were talking about, it reminds me of Victor Hugo's Man Who Smiled, Voight's performance. I forget the name. Gwenfield, I think it was. Where it was just a permanent smile. That's all it was in this movie. Even though he was talking, hear him talking in the movie, but the lips weren't moving. So as you said, man,
Right.
you know what I mean? He looks better now. His lips weren't moving in anyway. So, you know.
And it took what, like a couple days? Like literally fuck off, bro. Like you're 98% of the way fixed. Just take the W. Like it and I mean I guess here's the question. Since the face is fixed now, does he change his name? Is he just gonna be Steve or some shit now? Is he gonna have like a normal person name since he
Yeah.
isn't all jacked up?
Yeah,
Looking like,
Sardonicus is just
what's the
redundant
point?
now, man. Sardonicus is just fucking
Yeah.
redundant. Like,
Everyone's like, well, what the hell does that mean? And it's like, oh yeah, it's a rigid smile that can happen to a corpse. And it's like, okay, well, fucking, why is he named that though, bro? Like,
mad, man. You know?
it's weird.
But this is where we come to the part of the movie where William Castle comes out again. Seen him at the start of the movie,
Mhm.
but he comes out again. And basically, he's asking the audience, in a minute, everyone must have got a little voting card at the time. So he's basically asking
Yep.
people to whip out their voting card. And they're basically picking the ending of the movie. Now, I don't know if William Castle recorded or shot another ending of the movie. Basically, you're voting for Sardonicus. Going to save him, or are you gonna punish him? And from every version of the movie I've seen, everyone wants to punish him. So I don't know, man. Do you know? Did he record another version ending?
So I have not been able to confirm that. The general consensus is that there's not a
Second ending.
right. Now like the question I guess is, was it lost or whatever? I kind of doubt it. I'm call me, pessimistic or whatever. I'm willing to believe that the running theory at the time was simply, in a crowded theater, people are holding these cards up like yes or no. No one's actually going to be able to go through and count and, and see that there was no other option. And furthermore, fuck him. Sardonicus was a dick this whole why should he get you know what I mean? Like screw that, dude. Put the leeches to him. Like stick him in the damn dungeon area or something. Like he's a dick.
True, man. Like I agree with you. Like I find it very hard to believe there was anyone in the theater voting save Sardonicus. You know what I mean? It was all fuck him.
Hopefully, yeah. I mean, like I mean, I guess the leech lobby, if they went to the movie theater, they were probably big fans of his, but all the normal people were like, "Nah, fuck this guy. This guy sucks."
Yeah, I say more than likely that was the outcome. Man. You know what I mean? Unless you got a theater full of arseholes that just wanted to go the opposite way. But no, from what I've seen, it wasn't a second for it, and it was made for everyone to vote the one way. Which,
Yeah.
like we were saying at the start of the podcast, William Castle had these weird throw into the movie. One of his more more common, well, not more common, more popular ones as well. Like the one that remembered. I know he had like there was a movie that he done called The Tingler. Movie eats the shocks in him. And as I said, like in the House of Haunted Hill, he had skeletons going across. This is what William Castle does, and I don't know. It was random. I wasn't expecting it. Now, when I first watched the movie, I really wasn't expecting this fountain. Like, if you weren't expecting it, you'd almost think, "Oh my god, this flow to me." But no, William Castle, this is what he does. You know?
Yeah. And it's cool because I think that what William Castle did and like what Hitchcock did on his TV show really paved the way for what we have now in terms of like horror hosts and what we've had for a while, right? Elvira, Svengoolie, the various people across YouTube, your podcast, things like this. It's they kind of grandfathered that whole like interested tour guide that's talking to you about this film, that's presenting the film to you. It's really a glorious thing.
True, man. Like, especially because it was so early in the 60s. Like, as you said, podcasts, movie reviewers, Joe Bob Briggs. Yeah, I can understand. Like they're showing awareness to the creepiness, hunting. I get what you mean, man. I get.
Yeah. Mystery Science Theater, that would have very likely never been a thing without William Castle and without the Hitchcock show. There's so much joy to be had from this format. You know what I mean? And there's so much media to choose from because now, of course, there is a lot of garbage movies from the time too, but like there's a lot of really great shit, and they were making it pretty frequently. So there's a lot to wade through. You're not talking about dozens of movies. You're talking about, if you're branching between horror and sci-fi, like thousands and thousands of films that you can check out from this time period.
Man, me all over, man. Don't really like a lot of modern horror movies. So what I've been doing the last like 5 years, back watching, would have missed movies like this. House on Haunted Hill goes beyond like it. Like, there's a lot of movies be watching that people would have missed.
Yeah,
like there's great ones, man. Like, see where horror got to from these movies. As you said, man, fucking great. Like, but we're gonna go on a little break here, everyone. Anyone who's still watching, we're gonna go on a little break, and then we come back. We're gonna give our thoughts on the movie. We're gonna rate it, give what we liked about it. We'll see it in a few minutes.
Tired of sugar-coated conversations?
Oh, we can't talk about that.
Topic's too sensitive.
Someone might get offended or even worse.
Well, we're done playing it safe.
This is Social Disruption, where we dive into the stories they tell you to avoid.
From society and culture talk, news, raw survival stories to untold lives of everyday heroes. Real people, real conversations, no filters, no apologies.
Social Disruption. The truth doesn't care about your comfort zone. Buckle up.
Okay, so we're back. Acidic, bro. What did you? We'll start off what you didn't like, and then we'll go over what you did like. So tell me what you didn't like about this movie.
So, again, I felt like there were several times when it shot itself in the foot. There was a lot of pretentiousness with some of it. But really just mainly the second half, man, like it started so strong, and it's almost like it tried to like overcomplicate itself and like add things that were unnecessary. Um I do think that the whole voting gimmick thing, despite the fact it didn't catch on, I think it was super, super dope. I wish it had caught on. I like the way the film was presented. It's yeah, there was a lot of good there.
And so it's similar to myself, man. What I didn't like about it, what a lot of people starts out so well, creates an atmosphere. You're almost like you're thinking, who is this Sardonicus fella? Then it gets to the end of the movie where Sardonicus is, fuck's sake, fella is more of a nuisance now than a fucking villain, man. You know. And
like, fuck, he's gonna put the leeches on me again.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And it like just makes you think he gets more annoying in the movie than Theory as he would have looked like at the start of the movie. So that's all I could really fault about the ending. But it was a few little scenes in the movie that, like said, the Sardonicus it didn't really care to make everything blend in together story wise, but 60s movie, and I doubt William Castle was going for that fucking. But what I did like about the movie, like me and you were talking about, start of it, real universal 1930s 40s vibe, graveyard, spooky. That was all done to a fuck. I thought the acting was very believable. I actually liked the acting across the board here. Anyone was really hamming it up a little bit. My favourite characters in the movie was actually Krull and Sardonicus. I thought Sardonicus wasn't a lot I could art about this, except for could have tried a tiny little bit better. William Castle tried a little bit better, or the scriptwriters, whoever it was, tried a little bit better to just make it cohesive a little bit more. You know what I mean, man?
Yeah, 100%. It's and to your point, like it's weird because like it's like they added the weird stuff in. You know what I mean? Like it all feels like such an afterthought, and it's just like, well, why did you do that though? Like the scene was fine. It was good. You could have just wrapped it up.
That's very true. Like I'm just had saying, the story was very. Add in the spooky stuff, and broke away from the plot. One of them people that go for the plot, spooky stuff kind of took away from it a little bit, especially now.
Yeah,
I believe William, Mr. Sardonicus was story by Arthur. William Castle bought the rights to that. Bought the rights to that story. He had a lot of or this do it.
Yeah.
But Acidic, man, what would you rate this movie out of 5?
I'm gonna give it a 3.5, and I feel like I know that sounds brutal. It's above average. It's worth watching. Do I think it is worth watching more than a few times? I'm not sure about that. But yeah, it's not bad. I think that there are many better films from the same time period that do the same thing but better, if that makes sense.
Oh, 100%, man. As we were talking about Psycho, a lot of movies from that time that just a lot better.
Yeah.
My rating, man, I did enjoy the movie. I'll give it a 4 out of 5. Now, I always go off letterbox ratings. Like I used to do like 10 out, like out of 10, but I brought it down to 5 stars. Yeah, you give it a 3.5. I'm gonna give it a 4 stars, man, because I tell you why. I enjoyed it from start to end. I enjoyed it. I just noticed that the ending kind of just fucked up a little bit. You know what I mean?
The end, it was weak. Yeah. It wasn't irredeemable. It didn't make it not worth watching, but it was the weakest part of the movie.
And that,
like 100%.
And as you said, man, like I agree with you. I don't think back and watch times the way I would with Bride of Frankenstein. That's one of my movies I'd watch.
Right. Yeah, no, absolutely not.
Endlessly.
Right. Like I'll watch Bride till the fucking tape falls apart.
Oh yeah,
like,
you're a fan, man, are you? Man, Bride of Frankenstein.
Till the disc don't read.
Hell yeah, man. Like Bride of Frankenstein is one of my favorite movies. This just falls short a little bit because a lot of shit and you don't really care.
Yeah.
Makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, but
yeah.
Siddiq, bro, thanks for being here today on the panel. Really appreciate that, bro.
Oh no, thank you, man. Was very excited to do it. I'd be happy to do it again anytime you want. Just reach out and let me know what to watch, man.
100%, man. Like I'm gonna let you pick the next movie.
Oh shit! All right. Have you done the Mole People yet?
Have actually.
Okay. All right. Hold up. Have you done the Wasp Woman?
No, I haven't.
There we go.
Right. You heard it here first. The next review that we're going to do with Siddiq, the Wasp Woman. Siddiq, bro.
Hell yeah.
Thank you for being here, man. Like, thank you for helping out. Anyone that's still listening, make sure you like the podcast, rate it, subscribe, show some support, whatever you can, like, and we'll see you in the next one. Siddiq, bro, thank you for being here, and in the next one, brother.
Thank you for having me, bro. Excellent.
I am Dracula.